Skeletor to King Randor. Skeletor to King Randor. Come in, you royal boo.
I am Adam, Prince of Eternia, defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull. This is Cringer, my fearless friend. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull, by the power of Grayskull.
I have you now, you muscle-bound oaf.
I feel 10 feet tall right now and strong as an ox.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
Keep it down there. It means that we punched our ticket to go try to win the Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3! Win!
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. If you're raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
It's showtime.
Welcome to Monday Night Uncensored. I'm your host, Tommy, to the history, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my Toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. Happy Monday to you and happy Monday to all of Bill's Mafia who's rocking with us tonight. And yes, I'm in my car. I got called into work, but the show must go on. What up, Mikey?
How you doing, brother? Happy Victory Monday.
Happy Victory Monday. Do me a favor, Mikey. Can you hit that banner? Go ahead and put that ticker up for me, actually, the ticker.
All right.
Just go ahead and click show so the audience knows what we're talking about tonight.
Bam,
Thank you.
there we
Thank
go.
you. Bam. So,
Bam, bam. What up, what up? J-Ham's in the house.
J-Ham is in the house. How'd you like that
Twins is
intro,
here.
by the way, of Kyle Allen I put together?
That made me laugh.
Oh, man.
You know, Scott says one more nonsense game left before we go on our 20-0 tour.
That's right.
Love it. Love it. We look viciously good, man, especially on tape. I saw Cover One's latest video of the Rundy, and my gosh, listen. It was tale of two games with the Rundy.
Uh-huh.
Early in the Cleveland game, I wasn't overly happy with some of the run D. But week one, when we had our starters in there, I loved what I was seeing. I loved what I saw late. Oh, no. They released Jeff Caldwell. Oh, Weston. That makes me sad for you.
Sorry, buddy.
What's up, fellas? Passed my life, health, and accident test today. Nice.
Good stuff, Bob.
Ah, boy, Bob. Insurance agent Bob.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Bob to the rescue.
Don't tell me Tommy's homeless again. He's in his spaceship. He's ready to head out.
I am. I am so ready. Please.
Happy Deshaun Watson sucks Monday.
Dude,
Okay.
yes.
Let's start with the
Wild.
Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about that.
Holy shit. They had to have made up their mind beforehand. And I don't know if you saw, they were posting pictures from practice today where he was throwing it like where nobody was all day long.
All day long. Yeah,
What the
I did.
hell?
I did see that. Now, look, I still won't take stuff from, that stuff too over the top serious. However,
You watched him play against third stringers.
I saw him against us. And so there's a couple things here, Mikey, that, boy, if you're a Cleveland fan and
Talk about the ownership doing you wrong.
talk about just in general, see, look, I'm not a fan of Shador. I don't think Shador's a starting quarterback in the NFL. However, with
He's
that
the best
being
one on that
said,
roster.
he's better. He's slightly better than Deshaun. I'll give him that. But how much better? Probably not too much.
I disagree there.
I do. I don't think he's.
I think he's
don't.
decisively better than Deshaun now.
Maybe. You know what though? I'll tell you what. Deshaun Watson. What hurt him, or not hurt him? First of all, he's not a good person. So putting the individual, person aside, right? Talking about just let's talk about quarterback. He was on top of the game. He was on top for a while for Houston. And here's the deal. When all that went down, he got traded. I think it took everything from him. I think it took everything away.
When you don't play for 2 years.
Exactly.
And you get hurt.
And then he got hurt on top of it. And then I think mentally he's not still, broke him. And I also think the fans don't want him there. And he doesn't want to be there. But the problem is
he has guaranteed money.
He has guaranteed money. So I see it as this. And it's so funny that us as Bills fans know very much about this situation in Buffalo. Now, it may not have been to that degree, but back then, Mikey, it's very similar, except Rob Johnson didn't go do the, massage therapist stuff, right? However, Rob Johnson at the time, we traded for him. We gave up a first round and I think a fourth round. And we made him the highest paid Buffalo Bill player, I think, at that point ever, right? So we threw everything at Rob Johnson. And ownership and GM wanted to play Rob no matter what, even if the fans booed, even if the coach didn't want Rob Johnson starting, because they wanted something back on their investment. And that was a huge mistake. And I think this is a huge mistake for Cleveland. You just got to eat it, own up to it. The fans, look, they're already past the point of we fucked up. You guys fucked up. You gave all of that money. It doesn't matter, Mikey. If they cut him, release him, they're eating it. You know what I'm saying? The fans don't want him there. So for me, they should just move on from Deshaun.
They should have moved on from Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Problem was they gave him a $230 million fully guaranteed contract. They couldn't.
That's the problem, right? There's your dilemma. So it's either what? Let's get some type of return on investment.
But this year, I believe this is the last year of it, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't looked at I haven't looked how many years remaining.
I'll look that up while we're doing
this.
this.
I know they got some money back, Mikey, on his injury,
cash, but not cap.
Correct.
From his work comp.
But from him coming out and saying what he said, now I didn't hear today, but I did hear that he came back out and said, or talked about what he said after the preseason game against the Bills, where he's pretty much he pretty much said it without totally saying it, that they hate him and he hates them.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm going to keep it internally, but you know what I mean?
Said he doesn't regret anything in his life. Anything.
Right. And that's, come on. That's bad. Everybody, I think we all have some kind of regrets, right? At some point. And he, I'm sure, has more than most. So, but hey, it is what it is. I think at this point. But I want to.
Okay.
I want to ask you, besides the return on investment, what do you think the reasoning was? Or is it just that? Isn't this a new coach?
Yeah, new coach.
Okay, so what's going on?
I don't know. I cannot figure out why they would do that, especially after watching the two play on Saturday. Like, it makes zero sense to me. By the way, this is the last year of his deal. He has 4 voided years after this. Okay. $36 million next year, $51 million the year after, and then 17 cash, 18 cash, but no cap number.
Okay. So this is his last year.
This is his
but
last
they're going to be
he still
eating
gets paid for 4 more years.
Correct, but they're going to be eating that dead cap.
For the next 2 after this.
Right.
36 and then 51.
So here's what
87 million more.
Here's what might play out. They're going to start him. Obviously, they already named him starter. Very curious how long his leash is until the new head coach pulls him. And when he pulls him, do they release him? I've seen that before. I forget what quarterback that happened to, but they wound up starting him. Remember, then I forget the quarterback, and they wound up just cutting him. Like, he was so terrible that they wound up releasing him. And I don't think it was Nate.
Yeah, it was Russell Wilson.
Was it Russell Wilson?
And Denver.
And then they wound up cutting.
The difference was they had to eat like 80-something million dead cap.
Okay.
But
yes.
Denver had the money to do it. Cleveland doesn't.
No, I get it.
Cap to do it.
Yeah. At this point, they're just going to. So the fans are just going to boo no matter what. They're going to boo him coming out of the tunnel. They're going to boo every single mistake he does. They're going to boo. They're going to cheer if he gets sacked. They're going to cheer if he gets hurt. Which, by the way, I don't like that part. Like the whole injury thing, I don't agree with. Fans should not,
boo someone's injury.
Applaud injury. Yeah, that's not a cool. But this is a lose-lose situation for everyone, including Deshaun Watson. Like, if I'm Watson, take your money and walk away from football at this point.
Well, here's my question for you.
Yeah.
What could those players in the locker room be saying? Do they not trust Shador, so they're okay with Watson? Like, what he's put on the field since he's got there hasn't been good.
Yeah, but
at least Shador gives him a shot.
We say this, but once again, this is why I asked you. Is this an upper management thing like we had in Buffalo where ownership and manager are going, because this is a brand new coach, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was the old coach, okay, fine. Maybe him and Shador don't get along and he's just doing this because he has a thing, that he just doesn't like Shador. But it's a brand new coach. You would think that he has a say, or maybe there's more going on behind closed doors and Shador just isn't doing things the way the head coach wants him to do. I don't know. You know what I mean? But there has to be something to it. But I'll say this, if ownership and GM is already pulling that card on the new coach, and let's say it isn't his real, that isn't what he wants, then Cleveland's they're always going to be a hot mess. They're always going to be a hot mess.
I said it in Discord today. They're trying to tank for one of the top quarterbacks.
Which is smart.
And their best option outside of Dylan Gabriel is Watson.
I'll give you that. I still think Shador won't win too many more games, though.
I don't either, but he still gives you a better shot than either one of those guys.
I'm with you. He gives you a better, and then you still got Shador on contract, rookie deal. You draft yourself, maybe Archie, you get lucky. But here's the thing. Will a quarterback want to go to Cleveland?
Or stay in college if they have.
You're right. We've seen that before. Matter of fact, if it's Archie Manning, just throwing that name out there, we've seen a Manning do that.
Yeah, he ain't going.
Right. We've seen that
he'll be
before.
Like, I'll stay my senior year at Texas.
Eli said, "Yo, if you draft me, I'm not going to San Diego." So, and he got his wish, right? So there's that too.
J-Ham, I'm with you. If it was me, I'd be playing Shador. He's the best of the 3 quarterbacks you have on your roster?
He is the better of the 3,
or I'm
but not by a
trying to
lot.
go get Joe Milton or
Yeah.
Trey Lance from the Chargers. I'm trying to go get somebody.
I'm with you.
You
Or
know?
maybe they're not. Maybe they're just still trying to load up, like you said, and get more draft picks.
Weston says the Russell Wilson deal was so bad, I was laughing my ass off with Denver. They gave up 2 first rounds and second round picks, traded a first round quarterback lock and a future first round tight end fan. And then they let him go like 2 years later.
Yeah,
It
wow.
was one of the worst trades ever.
Yeah, wow. Just wild. But yeah, that whole situation there, but that kind of shows you what dumpster fire teams are all about, what they go through, and when they can't get it right, and GMs and ownership are making terrible decisions, and you got this tug of war between coach, GM, and ownership, and it's never good. It never ends up good, and it hurts the fans. Right at the end of the day, the ones that are paying the tickets and going to the games, you're hurting your fan base. So, but
here's the thing: they had a quarterback. His name was Baker Mayfield, and they ran him out of town.
They sure did.
Baker's been fine in freaking Tampa Bay.
I know, but that also goes to tell you about good coaching, though, too. Coaching and and GM too. Obviously, right? They clearly were not seeing things how a lot of people saw it, and they moved on too quickly. They moved on way too quickly from Baker, and then they're paying the price. Absolutely paying the price.
Scott agrees with me. He believes that Watson gives them more losses, so they're going to go Watson for as long as they can.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Load up on some L's early, and then turn it over to Shador. Set that kid up for failure. That's all they're doing. They're setting up Shador for failure.
Shador,
Dante Moore stayed at Oregon because of the Jets. You're not wrong there either.
Real quick, Mikey, how do you feel about I forget the player's name, but the player that got released that's going back to college? What do you feel about that?
Well, it can only happen in Louisiana right now. Louisiana passed a law allowing for that, but it's only in Louisiana.
Interesting.
Here's my take. I think they should follow the more of the NHL model, where you can draft young kids and leave them in college for a year or two to season, and then they come join you. They have their choice to come out or play at the college level.
Like a different kind of draft, maybe. Different style draft, maybe, where you can
where you own their rights. If they decide not to come out, you own the rights for a couple years. They could play at college for a couple of years and then come back out. Because how many kids come out of college early and aren't ready that could use more seasoning in college, but they came out because they wanted,
they wanted to get paid, but now they're getting paid on
and how many of them are staying in college right now to get paid more? So you draft them, you own their rights for that year, and then
that's true. They
could go the NHL model.
Yeah, they could. I don't know. I think that's
NIL changing everything. Now you're having 26, 27-year-old kids coming out of college.
Millionaires. Yeah, it's wild, man.
I think that's what your late round of the draft is, a bunch of old guys.
But I think that's not up to NFL. It's up to NCAA.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? They would have to link up with the NFL and make
but here's the thing. You can get drafted. They can own your draft rights, but not pay you, put you on payroll. The school still pays you.
Right.
And then once you're ready to leave school, then you go with the team that drafted you.
Yeah, I think that would be a long-term talk. You know what I mean? To figure all the ins and outs, right? With
all the new NIL stuff, you have to figure something out because what's going on is crazy.
I'm with you.
Messidor is 1 year older than Groot, or is 1 year younger than Groot.
That's crazy, right?
Isn't that crazy? And Groot's been late for what, 5 years?
No, I agree. Some players are coming out
26, 27.
Yeah, it's wild now. Yeah.
You used to have like one or two guys randomly do that. Now you're having so many of them. Things I noticed with the Browns hadn't had since Baker is a QB that comes in and absolutely embraces the city. Josh Mahomes, Lamar actually became part of their city. Yeah. You saw Stafford do it in Detroit. You saw Stafford do it again in LA. You know, you saw Purdy do it in San Francisco. Like those that have the franchise guys, you see them embrace the city.
Yeah.
You know. By the way, did you see the news on Ed Oliver today? The police cleared him.
I did. I saw that came out. They ruled it was obviously an accident, or not obviously, but they ruled it was an accident. So that's, that's obviously a really good thing, that there's nothing crazy that went on or took place.
But you got a lot of people suggesting that's what happened, and that's why everyone was covering it up. Oh,
like a hush hush deal. Yeah. No, I think it happened in June, and police have to investigate, and maybe there was something to it that they were maybe digging deeper, and then they came to the conclusion that there was nothing behind it. But yeah, I'll say this: like, obviously I have no idea what the layout of his home is or anything like that, but I've seen pools where they have, really good protection for kids to not be, have an opportunity to go in, even if they're unsupervised to drink, Yeah,
and maybe I've actually someone who's close to me had that happen to them.
Yeah, so I'm just saying maybe they didn't have a system in place to.
Well, in California, you have to have a fence around your pool when you have young kids.
Right, and maybe for some reason they didn't, or they did, and they just weren't paying attention. I mean, I have no idea. We don't know the story. It probably will never come out. I don't expect them to explain. That's between him and his family, but that's probably, if I had to guess, they were looking into that, like, how he ended up in the pool. But either way, man, thoughts and prayers once again go out to Ed Oliver. The reason by the way, he was back at practice today, but he's dealing with some kind of injury. So he hasn't been missing because of this. He's been missing because he's dealing with injury. Skylar Bell returned to practice today, by the way, Mikey. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, I'd like to see him this Thursday.
I would too. He needs to get some. You gotta get reps. You gotta get reps. Absolutely.
If he's have any impact at all this season, he needs some sort of reps.
Yep. I'm with you.
Roy. Again, there's ways to do it. We'd have to just wait and see how that all happens, because not all guys that you draft would stay in college, but some of them may want to. Like Bowery, let's be honest. Bowery probably should have stayed in college.
Yeah.
Already.
He doesn't. I'll tell you what's, it's funny, Mikey, and I could be wrong about this, but what great timing with the injury for Bowery, because teams sneakily do this, by the way, where they put you on like an injury.
So you're going to go on IR and they're going to stash him.
Correct. So it's just kind of funny that all of a sudden, now I know he did get hurt in the game, but they're going to milk this more than likely. I think they've seen enough.
They should.
Yes, and they're gonna tell him, young man, here's what we're gonna do. we're gonna work again we're gonna work again in the off season. We're gonna get some nice one-on-one time with you, man. But you're gonna sit your happy ass out.
Yeah, JM, I saw that. It's wild. But hey, good for him. Go back and get your money. You weren't gonna make a practice. You'll get paid more in college than you will on the practice squad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, depending on the player, but yeah.
And that kid, that tight end, is gonna get paid more LSU than he's gonna get paid.
Yeah. No, I agree. Other than a practice squad, yep.
So, more
let's
power to him.
And we caught up with the chat because I can't see it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, Mikey, you saw the title, right? Preseason, right? It's gone better than expected.
I love that title because absolutely it's gone better than expected, especially that run defense.
I think the offense looks smoother. I was talking to Captain D today about preseason, as a whole, right? And yes, it doesn't really matter. The score at the end doesn't matter, but you want to see because most teams are running a vanilla offense, vanilla defense, but you want to see them produce still at a high level, even with that vanilla type offense, vanilla type defense. You want to see that these players are getting, these plays down right, executing right. And this is where, they evaluate, right? When a guy can't do a basic, basic block or a basic run, like up the middle, whatever the call may be, that's what they're looking for, right? And I felt like this preseason here for us has gone really well in that department. I'm not saying it's been perfect, Mikey, but I felt a lot of players have really shown out this preseason, and doing all the right things, or at least the right things that we want to see. There's only been a few that I could sit here and tell you that I've been like underwhelmed, or just like, they're just not doing it. TJ Sanders being one of them. I think TJ Sanders is really just, I don't know what's going on with that dude, but he's not putting it together is how I see it.
Yeah.
He's just not putting it together. Right. Bowery was obviously another guy we just talked about, a guy that just underwhelmed. It's not ready for that role yet. Right. He's got a lot of work. Who else do you feel has kind of been in that category of just underwhelmed, just not really taking a step forward?
Trying to think. Oh, we know we talked about Bowery. We talked about Sanders. I'll be honest, I haven't been overly fond of what I've seen from Solomon.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would say Carter, but I thought Carter played pretty good in week 2. It wasn't great, but I thought it was better
later when he played against guys that he should dominate as a third-round pick.
I'm still not overly impressed, but
not overly impressed there. Honestly, Geno Stone.
Oh, dude, Geno Stone's been a disappointment for me. I thought he was going to give it a little something better, but he did have a bad year last year, and I think he's just continuing that trend.
If you listen to Leonard today, Leonard says he likes what he sees from Geno. DeMar is who DeMar is.
Right.
You've not seen him take a step anywhere.
Right.
So I would say Geno. There's not a ton on the offense, because you really haven't seen Palmer. Palmer didn't even play week 2, and you saw nothing from him in week 1.
You're right. Forgot about Palmer. Yeah.
Little bummed about Keon getting hurt right away.
That sucks. Yep. That's kind of brutal, because we wanted to see a little bit more from him in preseason to see if he has taken any type of step forward. And we were.
I don't have a ton to say about like on the negative side of things.
No, there's not. There's not. No.
There's a few guys that we talked about. Johnson being hurt again.
Yeah,
he was hurt for the playoffs last year too. That's why we had Frankie up.
Yeah.
You can't have you on the roster if you can't be healthy. I'm sorry. Like, I know they love him, but if you're not healthy, you're just taking a roster spot.
Yeah, and I feel at this point too, he's big time hurting himself, because I feel like everything he does, Ray Davis can do. You know what I mean? As far as catching the ball out the backfield, right? He can do both, right? And there's no reason to have 3 guys kind of do the same thing, right? Especially when you got guys like Ian Wheeler and what's his name? Frank Gore Jr. Yeah, that are earning it. Like they are earning their ticket to the 53, right? It goes to, what do the coaches think, right? Is it worth keeping Ty and letting these guys
so good before he got hurt that we didn't see that he's like already earned a roster spot? I don't know. Like, they love him. Josh calls him the best third down back in football, so maybe.
Yeah, but you got to be also on the field, right? Yeah. You could be the best at anything.
That's been the issue with a lot of the guys that we have on our.
Yeah.
We've shown so much. Like I heard a long thing from WGR and a few other places today about the Bills' loyalty to their players. They have so much loyalty. Otherwise, why would you say Bass is still here after how bad he's been?
Right.
Some of the injuries we've had with some of the guys that we have, like the Bills' loyalty to their guys is legit. It's there.
It is.
It's a thing.
It is, and sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. Speaking of Bass, Wischkowski, I guess however you pronounce the name, was the one holding the whole game.
Yep.
For Bass.
Because he did it the week before.
Yeah. So is there a competition there for punter still, or you think Tommy Deone is going to get that?
Ultimately, Deone gets it.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if we cut a draft pick for Wisnowski.
I'm with you. I haven't seen anything that Tommy's done to tell me otherwise where, maybe he's not holding the ball right for Tyler Bass, or his punts, he's doesn't have enough leg, or he's booting him out of bounds, or early. Like I feel like he's done enough that I've seen. I'm sure what do you think they'll do week 3? Just curious. What do you think preseason week 3 they'll do with those two? You think they'll split time at all, or you think they'll just have
probably rotate
and then make the final decision?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think us not punting week 1 really fucked up their whole thing.
Damn it.
Because week 1 was supposed to be Deone, week 2 was supposed to be Wisnowski. And then we're not punting week 1 because Deone held the whole week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Wisnowski held the whole week 2, but he only got 1 punting because we didn't get to see Deone punt the first time.
Right. So as in the preseason too, what else have you seen that you think is like making this preseason a little bit more special or better than expected compared to the last 2 seasons? Because I felt like the last 2 seasons of preseason have been flat.
The energy.
Mm-hmm.
Flat. It's the energy, the guys. Like the aggressive nature that you see are like you heard all camp from the beat writers and stuff. Like one thing about McDermott's defense was it was never aggressive. Offensively, we were never aggressive. Like we weren't aggressive. Like, yeah, we go for it on 4th down and stuff, but it wasn't an attack style team at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing about Joe Brady and Jim Leonard and team is we very much are now an aggressive attack style, team. Look at the tackling by itself.
Yeah,
it's so much better. You see guys running the ball like crazy, that you didn't see at the last ones. Like the scheme is no longer okay. This is your thing. You're only doing this, and that's all you do. It's see ball, get ball, and that's And on offense, they're throwing the ball down the field. They're attacking.
They are attacking. Yeah. And I've seen, like I said, even though this is a typical preseason play calling, what you'll see in preseason as far as play calling goes, I still feel what I've seen has been very clean football on offense, and especially offense. Defense has been, like you said, aggressive, better tackling. But offensively, if I'm going to stick to the offense real quick, the play action, once again, that for me, that is telling a lot how this season is probably going to go when it comes to play action. I love that they're working on it. And not only are they working on it, Mikey, it's working. It's not like they're working on it and it's going bad, right? Like where we've seen Josh Allen under center years past, and we were like, just put him back in shotgun. Remember? Just he's not comfortable.
Because there was no scheme to it.
There was no scheme to it, right? And he was uncomfortable. And it just wasn't going smoothly, right? Remember, it was clunky. And I feel now things are starting to become easier and smoother when it comes to being under center for Josh Allen. And obviously that helps with DJ Moore with the addition. But even when Kyle Allen comes into the game, it's still running it's still running smooth. So I love it.
4 passes in 2 games.
Dude, I'm loving what I'm seeing from that. Like they must have worked on that big time in the offseason heading into this preseason because it's looked so much cleaner than ever before. I mean, our offense in general has gone really well as far as just not being clunky. You know what I mean? Slow out the gate. We've seen this multiple times, especially last year, Mikey, where we were just like, what is going on? Remember, like the offense was just so out of sorts at times. And I don't think you're going to see that this year. And I think I think Pete Carmichael is a huge reason on why you're seeing what you're seeing in this preseason and why it's looking so much smoother and easier for the quarterbacks. And I love it. That's why I can't wait, bro, for this season.
They actually kick off. Me either. James Heyman said, speaking of loyalty questions, Dorian Strong, his injury is horrible. I understand he's a no-go for 26. Say he's clear for 27. Do you think Bean would even risk it and have him in camp? I do. If he's cleared, I think Bean will give him a shot.
He gave DeMar.
Yeah. DeMar died on the field. And
right.
Once he was cleared, they let him come back.
Right. Which, remember, Mikey, I was like, no way. Remember, I was saying, no way he'll come back this year. People were saying
he was a plant, remember? They're like, oh, he's not even the same guy. He really died.
He was a clone. But honestly, though, I was saying there's no way he was going to make it the following year. Remember, I was telling no, they'll give him a year break. And, bro, that motherfucker came back that next season. And he played. Yeah, so clearly, yeah, if they feel like, you're good to go and you want to play some football, they'll let you play. They're gonna let you play. Yeah, it's wild. It is risky, but if he's good to go, he's good to go. Who is? I'm sure they look at it like, who are we to take away this guy's?
No, especially if the doctors have cleared him, because they're gonna have to be cleared by the Bills team doctors too.
Absolutely. But that's also up to Dorian Strong and his family, and exactly.
Like every person that walks out there risks their life every time they play. So,
oh, dude, it's a brutal. I always tell people, man, NFL is such a brutal sport, bro. You can get hurt without even getting contact. Right? You could tear your ACL just running. Just running.
Yeah,
it's wild, man. How brutal.
We gotta get through some of these comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says McD played way too much chess and not enough checkers. That does make sense. Tackling got way better. Lots of play action, which I love it. You got to be careful with preseason evals because TJ Sanders looked dominant as the interior pass rusher in training camp, and Landon said he's one of the most impressive. I did not hear that.
I didn't hear that either. But if he did, he did. But I'm not seeing it. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't started one of the preseason games. So I didn't hear him say that about TJ Sanders at all.
If he did, he did. But I'm not. See, my thing is, you could say what you want. I still need to see it on the field when it counts, right? Like that's what me and Mikey have always said about camp and what you hear. But you got to be real careful about things you're hearing, good and bad. Because
also listen to the guys that you trust that go to camp, because I was listening to some of the beat reporters and Joe Marino who went out there, and I didn't hear that TJ Sanders looked awesome in camp. That's never been one that I've heard of. I didn't hear it either. I heard that Allen looked like crap. Kyle Allen, that is, looked like crap in camp.
I heard that.
And then he just took off once the preseason game started going. He stopped playing his own team.
Right.
Maybe that says something about our defense.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. I mean, they even said Josh was throwing some interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
D. Alford was picking them off a couple of times. Yeah. So, for me, it would suck having to play your guys over and over and over almost every day in practice. You're just ready to play somebody else, right? Because they know you know them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, these guys look forward to real games against different opponents other than themselves. Yeah.
Well, Oliver and Walker was dominant in week 1. I don't think they put their hands up to go through the motions in preseason. Walker was really dominant in week 1. Sanders was playing into the fourth quarter, and Landon Jackson has jumped him and playing.
Yeah.
Unless all of a sudden they're gonna pull a Cleveland Brown style and put TJ Sanders to start once regular season comes around, which makes no sense because he hasn't looked good at all.
Yeah, he's
and if he's only going through the motions, that's a bad look.
I just don't see I think I don't know.
He gets washed out. He's trying to swim everybody.
He's trying to swim everyone or be too finesse, and he needs to start using his strength a little bit more. right? I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing him use any type of. He just seems to be getting kind of bullied around a little bit. So I don't know what he needs to do with that. And honestly, it could be technique. It could all be technique, and he's
It
just
absolutely is technique because he's not holding his gap. He's trying to penetrate.
right. And that's, you know what though, that's him getting with coaching and working on whatever's going on.
It'd be wild if you're telling me that the coaching isn't trying to work with him on that.
I'm sure they are, but sometimes it takes you got to continue. Sometimes you got to keep going with it until it sticks.
Oh, yeah, and truth, I'm not saying that the preseason is going to be what we see. No one's game planning. We'll see what they look like. You can only take so much, but from what I've seen, I've liked what I've seen out of certain guys and not other guys.
Correct.
Tommy
and then
live from the Bentley driver's seat.
That's right. And to go off what he said, what I said earlier about preseason, it's not about the score. We're not hyping up this team because we're 2-0 in the preseason. What we're talking about is what you want to see is you want to see these players executing on these simple type of plays that they're running out there. And we feel for the most part, this team has done really well the first 2 weeks at doing the fundamentals really well, right? Like they're all basic plays, they're all vanilla type offense, defense. We get that, but they're also doing their job, and that's what you want to see. And that's why we're winning games too in the preseason. I mean, that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm. We have a super chat.
So go ahead and hit that train horn for me, Mikey.
All right, give me a second. Gotta find
From Richie Fresh, my dog, Richie Fresh. Oh man, big old train horn. Look at that, right in the middle, Mikey. Letting us know it's coming. I like that, Mike. It's all the way in the bottom under media, under sounds, towards the bottom, where all the video clips are, way on the bottom. Yeah, Mike. Mike got it. It should automatically turn off. Mikey. Oh no! Hit the
turn off.
Hit the repeat off. The little repeat icon on the right. It'll go gray instead of blue.
Got it.
There you go. You got 3 train horns, Richie Fresh.
It says, I'm so confident in the Bills. I outlined them 5.5 for 750 this week. Ooh. Nice. Nowhere in the world.
Okay.
Got feelings this team will steamroll. I got a date with 214. Gotta love Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I love Valentine's Day. I do agree, Trek. I do believe we're going to see some trades coming in. And they're already starting because the Chargers lost their center. So they're already starting to link like SVP or someone like that to them.
To the Chargers. Yeah, I saw that. Supposedly a 5th round pick would be like what we could possibly get for him. And we said it, I think the last show we did where offensive linemen are teams will give away some compensation for even a backup or depth piece offensive lineman. We're not going to just cut them right away. We're going to try to get some return back. So it could happen, Mikey. Absolutely.
Okay, it's true. There's maybe the guys you follow. I don't follow Joe B. I don't follow Pat Moran very closely. The little bit I have, he's not a fan of Hairston, and everything that you hear coming out of Buffalo says Harrison's fine, and he's like, nope, it's gonna be IGB. Okay.
Or you mean a CB2? Yeah. Who's saying that?
Pat Moran. I don't know. I don't know Pat. I don't listen to a lot of his stuff.
I've seen his tweets. I haven't. To be honest with you, I never listened. I don't even know if he has a podcast or not. But
he does.
Okay. So either way, I think we hit it the nail on the head when we talked about the whole IGB and Maxwell Harrison. I think it's going to be Harrison on the official depth chart of CB2, but I do think that they're going to alternate. They're going to alternate during the course of the season. However, that doesn't mean by year 2 IGB doesn't maybe possibly take that role depending on how the season goes with the two. But Or they could go great, and he loves what they both bring is all alternating in and out, and it's a success. And
we haven't even seen what IGB looks like because no one's tested him yet.
No, I agree. I'm just saying. For me, Mikey, I look at this past draft class as this is your first Jim Leonard draft class for defense. That is, and he's building guys that he feels fits his system. That doesn't mean all the picks will work. I'm just saying, like. He inherited players, and then I also feel like he's going to start building in the next year or two, and this is the first one. So IGB is a Jim Leonard pick, right? And he's going to try to implement him and all the other guys that he drafted. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he brings something different than Harrison, and I think Leonard likes what he brings as far as the press man. And you know what's funny? He's been playing zone more in this preseason IGB, which is interesting considering he's a press man. So curious why they've been doing that, but I feel like he's having a good preseason. I mean, I don't really see a lot of things that I'm waving the red flag about. You know what I mean when it comes to IGB.
I like honestly, I've seen him make some tackles, and I've been really impressed with his ability to tackle. I haven't seen him cover because no one's really throwing his way. That's great for him.
That's a great, yeah. I mean,
are you going to throw at IGB, right? Or are you going to go throw at Toriano Pride and Kenai Walker?
Right. But that's not a bad thing either, right?
No.
We've talked about this before too. Like when it comes to like certain skill position guys, like offensive linemen, if I don't hear their name, I'm doing pretty good, right? They're doing their job because it's not going to show up in the stat sheets for the most part, right? And corners. They're the same way. Like Trey White really didn't end up in he wasn't a stat sheet stuffer, but the way he played and covered covered his man, he was a stickler. Like he would always get back on the ball, make a play on the ball, but he was never a high interception guy. You know what I mean, Mikey? So I think every corner is different when it comes to that.
Yes.
Christian Bedford too. Like quarterbacks don't throw often his way. You know what I mean? Like he's another guy. So
that's all I'm saying is I haven't seen him cover.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
That's
fair.
And going back to this comment, like I can show you clips of him getting washed out. I can show you clips of everybody doing good and doing bad.
Absolutely.
I don't listen to Joe B or Pat Moran. I've listened to Shout, and I listen to Buffalo
Marino.
Plus, and I listen to Marino, and Cover One, and everyone that on that side has said TJ Sanders is looked, unimpressive to this point. Is the best way to say it?
Joe Marino's really down on TJ Sanders,
but it's not just Joe. Some other guys.
No, I'm just saying, for him in particular, I'm just saying he's been really man, and I feel like he's like me almost. Like I don't know what he felt like about TJ early on in his career or coming out of the draft, but I had high hopes for him that he was gonna, that he had potential, and maybe that's how Joe saw it, and that's why he's just kind of disappointed at this point.
Listen,
I could be
you're
wrong.
right, Truther. I really do. I hope you're right, and I hope he's fantastic. My eye test tells me he's not. So
Sanders?
Yeah, he says he has 2 tackles for loss in the preseason. He played into the fourth quarter against backups, guys who will be bagging groceries in 2 weeks.
Sanders.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's really good.
Dude, and Mikey knows TJ Sanders, for me, I was excited about him, and I still think TJ Sanders has the tools to be successful. He does. Yep. It's just about putting them together, right? And working on your craft. And this preseason, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him take a step forward in his development. And that's the whole thing about preseason.
In my opinion, if the coaches are seeing something different and they're going to keep him there, and that's who really rolls out week one, and I hope he's dominant.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to crap on him. I'm saying from what I have seen watching the All-22 and the 2 preseason games, because I don't get to watch practice, he hasn't been good from what I've seen.
Right. But he can be. He can be.
He can be. He absolutely can be. He has the talent to do it. It's just putting it together.
Correct.
That's a great question. Solomon Jadena. Solomon plays special teams, so I think it's going to be Solomon. They're so loyal to their draft picks.
I'm with you. Even though Dana's had a pretty decent preseason, I'm not gonna lie, he's had a pretty good preseason. Yeah. But you're right. They're not. I find it hard to believe that they'll get rid of a draft pick over a guy that's, has a good preseason, but I don't see that they see that there's a future with him either. You know what I mean? He's a 1-year deal. You can get rid of him. You're not going to really, by getting rid of him, it's not going to cost you much, right? So,
this is Solomon's last year, so getting rid of him is not going to kill you either.
That is true. I didn't even think about that because he was on a 4-year rookie deal, right? So
it's not going to kill you if he's gone either. So, I don't care. Keep the best player. That's all I care about.
Or maybe try to trade Solomon if you feel like there's any kind of worth there. Yeah,
he's more of a special teamer than he is a pass rusher.
It's weird. I had high hopes, but I thought he could turn into something. And if this is his last year, which I apparently did not know, but I don't know, Mikey. I don't know about Solomon. Maybe a fresh start somewhere.
He may need to find somewhere else.
Yeah,
I love IGB and Max. Bean's going to get trashed if IGB's a starter. I don't think so. I think they don't care. As long as we have the guy who starts on the outside is the right one. I don't think he'll get trashed. I really don't.
And you shouldn't.
I think Bean's going to get trashed for no matter what happens across the board. People are just going to trash Bean no matter what. Right. I don't think it's going to be trashed just because IGB starts over Max.
Correct.
Max was drafted for one defense, and now he's in a different one.
Right. And here's a perfect example. Kyrie Elam, terrible, but he got Christian Benford, who washed out that way and wound up being our top 10 corner, in my opinion. So for me, listen, it is what it is. Every GM has their blunders or mistakes. And if you correct them and be honest about them, right? And move on, I'm okay with that. It's when you don't move on, when you hold on to them too long is where I think fans tend to hold on to that. And you know what I mean? Like the Kyrie, he should have got rid of Kyrie Elam a year prior.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I truly believe WGR and a bunch of other people will have their narratives ready to kill Bean regardless of who starts. Why draft IGB in the second if you're going to start Max? Or why'd you draft Max 1 year later? You had to draft, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Bean's in a no-win situation with that one, so you are right there. But I believe you're going to see both of them this year. I believe they're going to play matchups.
Yep. I do too.
And I'm okay with that. I'd like to see Harrison return kicks and punts with his speed. I don't know if he's ever done it before, but that would be awesome with his speed. Have him a returner. Bruno Fino looked good, at least the last few games. He looked okay at the end. The one I was impressed with mostly was Broker. Broker stepped in for Bowery and just kind of locked down the right tackle when he came in.
He did a good job.
I wasn't expecting that because he doesn't play tackle.
Yeah, no, he held his own for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Can we all agree Bowery needs the red shirt? Yes. Listen, I think it's a mistake if we let Reed Adams out of our building.
That dude's been playing pretty damn good. Dude, every time I've seen him,
if we let him out of our building.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sorry, but the loser of the Anderson Corbett might need to be the one that goes. We need to trade because Reed Adams should be one of our guards.
And I don't think it's going to be Anderson. I think it would be Corbett, if anything. And once again, another guy
Corbett,
that you potentially
get traded.
Yeah, or released if they can't find a trade partner. But I feel like Corbett's been around a little bit longer. He's also dealt with some injuries over the last.
And we're keeping a center only backup in Cushenberry.
Correct, and he should be. Cushenberry's not bad.
No, but he's a center only, and that limits what we can do with some of the other positions.
True.
It'll be interesting to see with Bowery going on the IR. If he goes on the IR, that'd be helpful because that opens up an extra roster spot along the offensive line, and that's where Reed Adams could take that spot.
I'll bet he does. I'll bet. You heard it here first on Mafia Sports Report. Ooh. I have a feeling Bowery's going to wind up on the IR, bro, for the season. They're going to stuff him away. They've done that before. I forget. I know multiple seasons they've done that with players where they weren't that hurt. We're like, oh, they stuffed them on the IR for the whole year. So I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, Jeff, listen, if our defense giving up 35 to that Texans offense,
oh, dude,
ugh,
right?
you know, I don't know if he fits this defense in the way I thought he would. And Parker, you know, I don't know. You know, I love TJ Parker. I think TJ's done fantastic to this point. He does need to get a little bit stronger, but you saw from week 1 to week 2 to where he started using his power rush rather than trying to get, you know, agile and bend around guys and be finesse. He really leaned into his power in week 2, and that's what you want to see.
Yep.
Love Bills destroyed. You know, I don't think TJ Sanders won't make the roster. He doesn't fit. He'll make the roster. He's a 2nd round pick. They're not giving up on him after 1.
Yeah, no, they're not.
You know, I believe that's gonna happen, Roy. I do believe Landon Jackson's gonna start. He's looked really good in the 2 preseason games.
He has. He's another guy that looks more. I said it. I forget where. I think I'll post podium in the chat. He looks comfortable, and I think we also said it. He looks more comfortable in his weight now. You know, with the weight gain and where he's positioned on the line now, and the 4-eye. He just looks more like that is what his natural position should be. And he's excelling. You know, he's doing exactly what maybe they thought he could do coming out, but McDermott,
Well, I think it's a very different type of role that he's in now than he
it's a
was
different
when he
role,
came
but
out.
he's played that role in college where he said he felt comfortable. That was his most comfortable in college. So I just think McDermott tried to mold him into something that he wasn't.
Just like Epinesa. I wish
Just
we
like-
could have kept Epinesa at the weight he was at coming out of college. 'Cause
Correct.
He was powerful there. Like
Correct.
he lost a lot of the power when he dropped all that weight. You know, TJ Parker, you saw the power come back.
Yeah.
You know,
I think some players can be molded, Mikey, to play a different style and mold them into maybe gaining or losing weight. And some players it works, and some players it doesn't work, right? And it did not work with Epinesa, and it did not work with Landon Jackson either.
yeah. It worked great with with Hoyt. Hoyt was a defensive tackle. Zoe was a defensive tackle. So you'll see some of those guys where it does work when they drop.
Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe lost mad weight. Remember that? Zoe was a defensive tackle.
Yeah, so was Hoyt.
Right.
Hoyt was a defensive tackle too when he first came out.
Yep.
A few years ago, we got late draft picks for D lineman. Yeah, Bam Johnson. I have a feeling Bean's going to do that again this year. There's going to be a lot of guys he probably flips. You know,
when is the official date on the 53?
I think it's like Monday or Tuesday next week.
Okay, so
let me see.
Yeah, check that out.
Because Jim Leonard talked about it today. He said this is the toughest week of football.
Yeah, damn, and it's brutal. A lot of these guys are going to be losing their Buffalo Bills key card to the new Highmark Stadium.
August 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern. They have to be at 53.
Dude. That's what day is that? Sunday? Probably Monday.
Let me see. Give me a second. That's Sunday.
Oh, Sunday they got to do them by 3?
That can't
Right
be.
after preseason.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's
by
brutal.
6 Eastern, 3 Pacific.
Oh, that's brutal. So you play a game Friday, Saturday. Well, we play Thursday, actually, but still brutal. And then there is cuts right away, usually, before that day. So
guys are already starting to get cut.
Did we cut anybody yet, Mikey?
No.
I haven't heard anything, but I know some players have been cut around the NFL. Any names like that popped out that's been cut? I haven't really looked today.
No, not that I noticed.
I know there were some big injuries right around the NFL.
Yeah, there was another trade. Keyshawn Boutte from
it's right.
Was traded to the Texans today.
Yes, the Texans. Yes.
Deone Jones got traded to the Niners.
Okay. All right.
So there's been a few.
The 49ers owner is out getting prostitutes in Ohio. Dude, what is
Allegedly.
going Bro, yeah,
Allegedly.
Bro, what in the hell, Mikey? Are these billionaires? $140. Dude doesn't go to a fucking trailer park in Ohio. I mean, like, all the money, bro. You can't take your fucking jets. Get some real stuff. Oh my god, I don't get it, Mikey. Same with the whole Robert Kraft go some
Massage parlor.
And some fucking fucked up state. I don't even remember where that was, but oh man, hole in the wall.
Yeah,
like I don't get it.
I'm with you, John. I think we should have kept Vandermark too. I'm nervous about our swing
RVD.
tackle.
Man,
I am nervous about our swing tackle. But Fina's played guard and center and tackle. Yeah, I don't know if Fina's going to be one of those guys that they keep though.
I'm hearing Buffalo Joe's it could potentially be cut.
He could.
You heard that, Joe Andrews?
He's fighting for a roster spot.
Yeah,
if he gets cut, they would like to get him to the practice squad.
Yeah. You think somebody will be intrigued and pick him up?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, he was an undrafted free agent when we got him.
Yeah, I think he has potential as a depth piece. I could see somebody scooping him up off the practice squad. I mean, look, somebody scooped up. God, what was the guy's name that was on the? He's back on the team again as a linebacker. Remember the guy that was on the Hard Knocks and his dad messaged him on the tablet and he made the practice squad and somebody picked him up and he got released right after.
Don't know.
Forget who it was. You don't remember that guy? Guys in the chat, let me know. There was a linebacker last week.
Carlo?
Yes, Jimmy Charlo.
He's on our team.
I know he's back on our team, but he left. Remember, he got picked up or somebody scooped him up and he got cut and then he came back to Buffalo.
I think he went to the Giants.
Was it the Giants? But you remember that, right? They scooped him up and then
came back.
Who knows?
Yeah, he is in a boot, Walter. I'm telling you. But letting go, Reed Adams has Wyatt Teller written all. Listen, I am a fan of Reed Adams.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mistake if they let him go.
I'm with you.
Just like it was a mistake when we said not to let Wyatt Teller go. We both talked about that. We both loved Wyatt Teller. We were pissed when they let him go.
Yeah, dude. I saw, when we saw him in preseason. And when him filled in, I think he actually filled in some games too, right? Didn't he come in the year prior in the regular season, I believe, as well? I like what I saw from White. I never understood why McDermott and Bobby Johnson. Yeah, didn't see what a lot of people saw in Wyatt Teller. But hey, that's in the past, man, Mike. There's nothing we can do about that.
Reed Adams is right guard only. Still don't think he makes the roster. I think it's a mistake if he doesn't make the roster, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. The bad part, you only keep 53. You know what I mean? That's where you got to start getting a little bit of trickery involved in how to position or move around players. And that's why I think like a guy like Bowery will wind up on the IR. Then you can secure a 50. You know what I mean? You can get away with that. He was hurt in preseason. They don't know.
He's in a boot.
He's in a boot. Yeah, yes.
Cut downs next week, so he's going to have to go on IR because he's not going to be ready.
Correct. Correct. There's ways around it. We've seen this multiple times, dude.
Yeah. I'm extremely excited about the season. Just hate the Texans matchup. I don't know. How do you guys see that game going? It's so hard to know what the defense is going to look like. I think we'll be better offensively in that game than we were last time. But the defense is question mark. We have no idea what it's going to look like.
You're talking about our defense?
Yeah. He wants to know, do you think it'll be a low scoring rock fight?
God, that is a great question because we all know Houston. Listen, they have a hell of a defensive team. They're elite. But it's weird. I've said that. I remember saying that about the Jets when they were I was like, man, they're borderline elite. Remember that? The very next year, the Jets crumbled. Defensively, they just weren't the same team as year. And I'm not saying that's going to happen to Houston, but I hate hyping up the team so much. And then
always translate to the next year.
Yeah. So I hate saying that, but as of now, knowing what we saw from last year, they are an elite defense if they, do what they did last year. Look, I don't think it's going to come down to our defense playing. I don't think in that game our defense needs to be this, ball out. Yeah, because the Houston Texans offense is not anything to write home about. I think
It's okay.
we know this. Yeah, so it's all going to be about our offense and what we can do against their defense. And if we look impressive, then we're going to win the game, plain and simple. Because I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I don't think Houston can keep up offensively. I just don't. I mean, that's how they failed against New England. They just couldn't score.
He kept turning the ball over. As bad as Drake May was in that game, because that defense made him, Stroud was worse.
Yeah. So I have zero faith when it comes to Houston offensively. I think we would be fine in that game. Like I said, we've been saying it for a while now. I think I love the first two matchups, week 1 and week 2, because you got going against a very good defense, elite defense week 1. You're going against a great to elite offense in week 2, where it's going to test both offense and defense week 1 and 2. So we're going to know real quick what this team's about, or at least early on. Now, it can get better from there, right, Mikey? I mean, I don't think it's going to come storming out the gate, especially on the defense. I think our offense, though, very well could be. What do you think? You think our offense, because we've kind of traditionally been slow starters sometime on offense, except for that Rams game. Remember we faced the Rams? We were on fire, but
too early to know.
Too early to know. But I mean, if you had to guess, do you think this offense could come out swinging out the gate to start the season, or do you
try to?
Okay.
I think we're gonna come out super aggressive.
Okay, I do too. I do.
And yeah, Truther, Jackson, that's a good comp. Allen can cut it loose probably every game, but I think they'll have to play the Texans defense a certain way on the road. And that's where Pete Carmichael comes in.
Yep.
One of the best schemers in football.
I'll tell you who else comes into play in that game. 2 guys, really. John Fox and Jim Leonard, because they understand what a good defense and great defense is all about. They're gonna let Carmichael and Brady know, hey, Houston's doing this. You know what I mean? They're gonna probably do that. Like, that's a great help to have, right? Especially John Fox.
I didn't even think about that. And Leonard, because
Leonard, that's what I'm saying.
So many of those type of defenses.
Right.
I didn't even think about that. That's a great
know what I mean?
Ball.
So I just think that's an advantage for us, having those 2 guys in the room, Leonard and Fox. And then you obviously have the new addition to Carmichael and Brady calling plays. Like I said before, Mikey, this year is unique in a sense that teams that are familiar with us aren't going to be seeing what they've seen over the last, 4 or 5, you know what I mean? For a while now.
Let's say both,
at least 2 years.
Defense, it's going to be very different.
It's going to be very different. And offensively, I feel it's going to be different.
Defense has been 9 years. It's been the same.
9 years, right? 9 years. Yeah, but I'm trying to be nice here. 4, right? 2. Let's say 2 on the offense, right? Let's say since Diggs went away.
Yeah.
I almost want to say since Dable, but let's just say when Diggs went away.
Diggs left. It's been
that's when. Yeah.
Very clunky.
Very clunky. Yep.
My hot take is Reed Adams starts by week 8 to 10 or 10. That's crazy. I saw Reed Adams pancake Michael Hall in Cleveland. Look like Torrance. I'm a fan. And he just keeps impressing me more and more every time I see him.
Yeah.
Those prostitutes in Ohio are cheaper than the ones in Cali. That's great. I still don't understand why McDermott made a big deal out of Ingram getting released when he probably got getting released by that. Listen, it was a power struggle. I still don't understand why he made a big deal out of a guy who never gave a jersey to either.
Right.
It's because he didn't have final say on that. Bean did, and it pissed him off.
Mm-hmm. Mikey, real quick, did you see? Because I missed it in the game. I don't know how I missed it, but the fullback, I don't remember, our new fullback level. Yeah, did you see him level that dude?
No.
Dude, pull it up on X whenever you get a chance. bro, it was a
the combo block where he got on the right side.
yeah.
He flat backed him.
Dude, bro, I mean, man, he leveled this dude. He crushed him.
Charlo went to the Chiefs when he left, not the Giants.
Oh, okay.
I think Rams has a little right tackle experience at A&M as well. Oh, nice. So he plays a little bit of everywhere. I think it's worth noting that when we played the Texans last time, it was without us having Kincaid. We played them on Thursday night coming off a high scoring against Tampa. That's something. And both Dawkins and Brown got hurt early in that game.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. And I think, was that the game where Palmer went out too?
No.
Was that no? What game was that?
Palmer already gone out against the Falcons.
We were missing somebody, Kincaid, right? Okay, somebody said Kincaid.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and by the way, that game came down to the very end. So I mean, it wasn't like the Houston Texans were, just blew us out the water. You know what I mean? That game was. Yeah.
I will say this, that Lions offensive line does look shakier than it has.
Oh, dude.
A long time.
It's and that's why I've been saying, I said especially last year when it comes to Detroit, Goff is good, Mikey, but the problem is Goff is so stationary, and he's just not good in the pocket. Meaning he doesn't have. I don't think he has good feel in the pocket, and he has a bad case of dropping the ball too when hit. So that's a problem. If you can't protect Jared Goff, you have a problem. You
saw it in the Super Bowl.
And the Rams, yeah. Yep.
They got rid of him.
Yeah. You got to have some. You either have to have mobility, Mikey, or you need to have really good pocket awareness and understand how to move. And I just don't. Yeah, or like a Tua thing.
Drew Brees it and be able to manipulate the pocket. Tom Brady it and be able to manipulate the pocket.
Correct.
Up, sideways,
Dan Marino.
back. Yeah, Dan Marino.
Yep.
Although we just named 3 of the best quarterbacks.
I know, but but also to be fair, though, pure pocket passers are kind of a dead thing. It's just not. You got to have some mobility in today's NFL.
Yeah.
So a guy like
many of them left.
There's not many of them left, and he's one of them. And it just, you better have an offensive line that can protect. And
yeah, I'm trying to think of who else is there. It's really just him, isn't it?
I mean, I would say there's a couple guys that are slower. That's not their kind of game, but they still are somewhat mobile.
Like Cousins.
Who else isn't that mobile? That it kind of moves in the. I would say Burrow is more of a pocket passer, but he can be mobile.
He has some mobility.
Yeah, he does.
I'm talking about just pure statue.
Oh man, statue Goff's back there.
Goff's like one of the last ones, isn't he?
He may be. But who's going to probably turn it to that maybe is the Herbert in the future. He just doesn't have the wheels either, but he is more mobile than obviously.
He led the NFL in quarterback rushing last year.
Oh, did he? Herbert? Yeah. Really? He just doesn't have the wheels. Wow, I'm surprised.
He ran. I just don't see the wheels. For his life. They had no offensive line. Well, he was running for his life.
Okay. He just doesn't. He just seems so slow to me.
He's not super fast, but he has the ability to move.
Then I guess I would say, Goff is the last of
that breed.
Yeah.
Stafford. You're right. He's not very mobile.
No, but he's more mobile than, you know what, though? He may not be mobile, but he's better in the pocket. He has way better pocket awareness.
Rodgers is no longer mobile.
Oh, you're right. Rodgers
is no longer mobile.
Yes, is no longer. Yeah, that's not.
But he still moves better in the pocket than
he does. He absolutely does. Yep.
Goff.
Yep.
But it's Stafford, Rodgers. So it's the elder statesmen left in this
league.
It's the Cousins, it's the Rodgers, it's the Staffords.
Right.
Goff's the last of like that next tier generation of the statue pocket guys. The rest of them are pretty mobile. Like even Jacoby Brissett, he was mobile at one time. He's probably more stationary now than he once was, but
that's true.
He was still a mobile guy when he first came in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's just the league has shifted. You have to be somewhat mobile. in today's NFL.
You have to be able to play off platform.
Yeah. So that's why I just don't. With Detroit, man, what they should have done was stacked up on the offensive line, knowing that they lost key pieces last year. They got Sewell. I mean, Sewell's a fucking excellent.
Yeah, they moved him to left tackle, didn't they?
I'm not sure if they shifted him. Did they shift him over?
Zappy. Trek. He's like, Zappy.
Yeah, Zappy.
Tommy's favorite quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know they were talking about moving him. I don't know if they actually did.
Okay.
Yes, we will be doing a 53. We were going to wait till Monday, but now that they know they're going to do it Sunday, we're going to have to do it Friday.
Fuck, you're right. Okay, that's fine. I'll be home. I should be.
I thought we were doing the 53 on that Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do the 53 Friday night after the game.
That's fine. Yeah. I'll have it all set up for us, Mikey.
Okay.
Yep. Are we caught up with the chat or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this weekend's game, or our last game, it's actually a home game. We play this week on Thursday Night Football.
So my question for you is, do you see Josh?
I don't think so. I don't think you see Josh. I don't think you see any starters.
Do you see Kyle Allen?
Yeah. Good question. No, I don't even think you see Kyle Allen. I think you've seen enough. Kyle Allen, I still wish we had someone better, but
in this offense, he's been great.
He's come alive. Like, you know what it kind of reminds me of, like when we were down about Mitch when he returned, he wasn't the same. Remember? Mm-hmm. And then he came back the next year. Remember?
He was good. He went with Josh and got remapped.
Yes,
and he changed and he started firing the ball again and letting it go.
We saw it in preseason. Remember?
Yeah.
We were like, whoa.
Because during that training camp, Josh had Chris Heston in to remap him because he does it every offseason now. And he brought him in. So so Mitch got mapped and our other guy right now that's with us got mapped.
Oh, Shane.
They all got remapped. And then you saw how much better Mitch looked after getting remapped. Yeah.
More confident.
Do you see the second guys though, Twins? That's the real question. Like, do you see the first or the second string, or do you play just nothing but guys that are trying to put tape on film?
It's a good question, man.
Do you see the Landons? Do you see the,
I think
TJ Sanders? Do you see IGB? Do you
or do you see guys you're trying to showcase the trade? Like if they're trying to trade SVP, you're going to rock him at center.
He might play the whole center.
You might rock him all day long. Yeah, you might rock him all day long at center. So there's that variation of it too. I also think they do that for certain players, knowing they're going to cut them just as almost a courtesy. Mm-hmm. Hey, Geno Stone, like let's say Geno Stone. Hey, you're gonna play a lot of the snaps here. It's a courtesy thing too for them to get maybe extra film, for them to get picked up by another team.
I think they play a bunch. Here's the thing. Yeah. I do believe some of those guys, second stringers, are going to play because they said they want to get Hoyt some game reps before, so he might play a little bit. I think I do think Skylar Bell, if he's healthy enough, he'll play a little bit.
True.
So you might actually see Kyle, but I don't think you see him long if he's in there.
That's a great point. So for Skylar Bell and Hoyt's coming off a while, right? A major injury, a big time layoff. That's a guy that he probably wants to get some kind of couple snaps in there just to kind of get the feel again, right? The NFL feel, kind of back in swing of things. And I think Skylar Bell, you kind of same thing with him. You kind of want to get him geared up and ready to go for week one, or to start the season at least, right? And get him get the NFL experience behind you for a rookie. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that rep in. So
or a guy coming off an injury that needs to shake off a little rust.
Right, like a Hoyt. That's what I'm saying. Like get him out there, get him a couple snap, limit his snap count.
I could see some of those guys putting a little bit out there.
Yeah.
I just don't think they play long.
No, I think it's gonna be on a snap count. I think they're gonna have a certain number,
series or two. That's it.
Series or two or snap count, whatever. there's going to be a certain number they have in mind, and they're going to pull them. And then from there on out, it's going to be, third, fourth stringers, guys that are just, film.
Trying to get film out there to
That's
maybe
it.
get picked up.
Yep.
Yeah, Jim Kelly was very mobile when he first came out.
Oh, dude, yeah, Jim Kelly can move. Yeah, absolutely.
I thought there was a third QB in the NFL named Allen. Not Matt Allen. No, not that I'm aware of.
A third one named Allen?
Not Matt Allen. Amanda Allen.
Mm.
Is there?
There?
I imagine there's probably another quarterback named Allen.
It's a common last name, right? But not a starter. He'd have to be a third string somewhere. Second string. I don't recall many. Mikey's looking it up. Let's see. What other Allens are there quarterbacks in the NFL? Yep. Let's take a look.
Let's see. Brandon Allen. The Jets. No,
okay. Giants. Quarterback. Okay.
Three.
So there's three.
Josh, Kyle, and Brandon.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, Mikey. So anything else in the chat?
No, we're caught up in the chat.
All right. So anything else that's on your mind tonight? We can call it early now. There's not much because I'm not at home, guys. I would have made a little bit something out of this show, guys, but unfortunately I had to come to work, so that's why I don't have any links to pull up and things to talk about. But if you guys have anything real quick you want to ask us before we get out of here, we have some time on our hand, and if not, we'll get out of here.
Yeah, gonna get a good long look at Kenai Walker. You're probably gonna get a good long look at Toriano Pride.
Oh,
I'm hoping we see a little bit more of Kilgore because he got hurt and didn't get to play on last week. I'd like to see a little bit of Kilgore run early. I'd like to see him run with the twos. You
think Hancock's out there?
I think Hancock's out there early. I don't think he stays.
He's had an excellent preseason.
Yeah, he has. And camp.
Camp.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if the Bills could go from Josh Allen to Peyton Manning's son, who's in high school right now. that who is a huge Josh Allen fan.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's son is like one of the biggest Josh Allen fans there is. Wouldn't that be cool? Go from Allen to Manning.
Yep. I still say the guy I wish, we would have had as backup would have been Milton. That guy's tearing it up, by the way, in preseason. He's looking now I know I get it's just preseason, but I still give credit where credit's due. He's putting the ball in the right spots, boy, on his throws. And he is exactly the quarterback that teams like, as far as like what you look for, the height, the weight, the mobility, the big arm, like a guy that he needs some work to do, but right? Like you got to get a little work with him, right? But man, what he could become is interesting. I think he's an interesting prospect. And you think Dallas moves on from him if a team offers a trade? I don't think they do, right? I think that's you think so? Man, it's a risky play there.
Because Jerry's trying to stack capital because he wants to make moves for guys right now.
Okay.
So I could see him doing it. I don't know if he will, but I could see him doing it.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be worth it for him to go do it.
Yeah. Like
it'd probably have to be like a third or a fourth.
Yeah, which is pretty good because they gave up a fifth, I think, to New England.
Sixth. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that would be for me if the Bills ever had the opportunity for a guy that needed some work, that we could draft late 6th round that has that height and weight and big arm. We're like, you know what? 6th round, 5th, 6th round. All right, fuck it. We'll take a flyer on this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, take a flyer on this guy. Just keep working with him, right? And then 4 years, we'll see what happens, right? Like, I think eventually they'll have to do that, but right now we don't. Obviously, there's no reason.
So.
You would think so. Think so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Doman held for game 1. Wisnowski held for game 2. So, that's going to be a very interesting. The punter thing this week on Thursday is going to be big.
Yeah.
Also, the guard.
I would say the guard.
They already said that you're going to see a timeshare with linebacker. So sometimes it's going to be Dorian, sometimes it's going to be KO.
Elarms. Okay.
Yeah. He said it today. He said they both have earned to be on the field, so you're probably going to see him share.
Yep. And once again, Orr is a Leonard pick, so that's going to be very interesting to see how that shapes out this year and next year too. Obviously, I'm jumping ahead, but
you're probably going to see Harrison and IGB do some timeshare. You're probably going to see Orr and Williams do some timeshare. We know they rotate a ton on the defensive line, so.
Is there any updates on guys that are injured, like CJ Gardner-Johnson, Keon Coleman?
No, they're not telling us anything.
Interesting, right? That's very interesting.
Well, they don't have to. And
I know they don't.
Brady's
But
came out and said, I'll tell you next week when I have to.
Yeah, interesting, man. Very interested to see, because CJ Gardner-Johnson, here's my thing with him is he's a pro. He's been on multiple teams. I think he'll be fine, right? If he's ready to go week 1, I'm not too concerned he didn't play preseason, right? Like, he's a smart dude when it comes to football. Correct. So there's certain guys I'm not too concerned about.
We're missing 3/4 of our starting secondary.
Yeah. Ed Oliver is an interesting one, though. I'll say this about Ed. I have no idea what the injury is, and I don't think anyone knows, right? And obviously what he's dealing with on top of this, a little concerning. I'm not going to lie, because that's a tough one. He was at
practice today, and he seemed to be in lighthearted spirits at practice today, which is
good.
positive.
Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
They said he brought the energy. They had some video of him at practice today doing stretching and stuff, and like getting guys riled up and being Ed.
Okay, good. Because if you recall, we had a similar situation in 2022 with Dalton Kincaid when his brother passed away. So, and Kincaid, Kincaid.
No, Knox.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, Knox. It was Knox's brother in FIU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Knox's brother passed away, and that was, he found a way to get through that and moved on, but. What's crazy if you think about it, Mikey? The one thing I said about McDermott and I praised him for was situations like this. And he dealt with it. He dealt with it.
Keeping it steady.
He kept it steady. I thought he did. Like 2022 was, no joke when it comes to craziness.
Yeah, with the shooting, with the death.
Yes. Everything, bro.
Snowstorms.
We dealt with it all. And then DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Right. But I'll say this. Joe Brady has already started with something crazy, similar. Let's be real. Like, this is a big deal. So not only is it a big deal because it's your player's son who passed away, but also the report that got leaked. Right. So Joe Brady
handled that so well.
He handled it very well. That's what I'm saying. So, this is a good sign. Even though it's a terrible event that took place, I like that how Joe Brady, for as young as he is, he's handling this situation seems like very good. Right. And maybe he picked that up from McDermott. I don't know. But that's a good quality to have, because
some of the
you're going to have
that
these things.
He's been with, wouldn't surprise me with Sean and, and McDermott and Ed Orgeron, who was fantastic in college. So it wouldn't surprise me that he's picked it up along the way, because he's been around some really, elite coaches.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's a good sign that a young coach is already handling a very tough situation. He's handled it well. So, and now it's about putting the troops together. You know what I mean?
I wonder if they'll put Keon on IR. I don't think so.
No, I think this is more. I think it's more precautionary with the walk and boot thing or whatever. I think you got time. Our first regular season game is until 3 weeks away. So, I wouldn't be over
out for almost 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be overly concerned. Yeah. Correct.
Richie comes in and says, just for fun, final score predictions for Thursday's preseason game.
Versus Pittsburgh, right? I think it's Pittsburgh in right, correct? Yeah. We're playing the Steelers in Buffalo. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be mostly 3s and 4s.
27 and 31.
We did, but we're not going to have Kyle Allen in the game. We're going to have, you're going to be dealing with. Maybe. I don't know. If he is, it's going to be real.
Kyle Allen only has 1 touchdown. Most of it's come from.
But you also don't want to get Kyle Allen hurt, and then now you got Shane Buechele.
Shane Buechele's been the one putting up the points in the end.
He has, but he's also been the one going against 3s and 4s, which is going to be more likely what he sees against Pittsburgh. I highly doubt Pittsburgh's going to be throwing Aaron Rodgers out there.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. Do you think we get hit the 24, 27?
No, I don't. I think it's going to be. If I had to guess, I think it's going to be 2013 Buffalo, something like that. I mean, I could even see them purposely having Tyler Bass go for field goals in this game and not going for being aggressive on 4th down, because you got to get Tyler Bass more. I need to see more, and maybe they do too. I don't know. I know they have faith in him and all that, but and not only that, is it a bad thing if you're going to see Tommy Doman punting? Is it a bad thing that you're going to see Tyler Bass? These are guys that we need to evaluate. The coaches need to evaluate, right? Like, you got to find out if Tyler Bass is good to, really ready for week 1. Is Tommy Doman the guy? And not only that, if you're giving Tyler Bass a lot of opportunities, you're giving Tommy Doman a lot of opportunities to hold the ball for Tyler Bass on top of that. So for me, I'd rather see more field goals and punts in this game.
I think it's going to be a little bit higher because you have guys trying to get jobs. I think it's going to be 24-13.
Okay, I like it. Okay, I like it. Yeah, and which is possible, Mikey. No doubt about it.
24-14, something along those lines.
I'll be watching in my car at work.
Yep. I'll text you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So is that it for the chat? Everybody
yep.
All said and done? All right, guys. So look, we'll be back Friday night lights at 9:00. And we'll be doing our 53-man roster prediction. And then Saturday, the AFC East Shakedown is back at noon. You don't want to miss it. Yeah, we got most of the crew returning. Unfortunately, Curtis is not going to be returned this season, but Captain D will hop on when he can. But you don't want to miss that, because we're going to be recapping our off season. So everyone's going to be going through their off season and how they
noon Eastern.
Huh?
Noon Eastern.
Noon Eastern. Yeah, noon Eastern. So
that's early
everybody will be recapping, but you can always watch a replay if you don't get up, Mikey. If for those on the West Coast,
I like to be in the chat.
I know. If you can, hop in, man.
Time.
Yeah, Juan will be there. Captain D said he will be.
Okay.
Yeah. So and Anthony from the Jets Life podcast. So we got the. It's going to be interesting to see their take.
Yeah.
So noon Saturday, and then me and Mikey return on Monday. So that's it for the night, man. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
And Mikey, hit that end for me. Top right.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul